Welcome to Side Roads. This is a brand new Mazda CX-70. The 2025 Mazda CX-70 mild hybrid. It comes with a 3.3-liter inline-six turbo engine that produces 340 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque on the high-output engine, which is the Turbo S in the US. You can have it to the same inline-six engine with a detuned power that produces 280 horsepower and 332 pound-feet of torque. Both of those are on premium gas. If you use regular gas, you lose a little bit of horsepower and torque, but not too much. It is paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission. This is an all-wheel drive standard in all trims for the CX-70, and this particular one has a rear-wheel drive bias, although it's all-wheel drive because Mazda chooses to have only all-wheel drive in the car. It will send power to the rear wheels first, and it also adds driving dynamics typically of a rear-wheel drive car, which is really good. There is something else about the way that Mazda has put together this car from the engineer perspective, and you don't feel that you are driving a Japanese car. You feel that you are driving something else. Talking about competitors, the Mazda CX-70 is in the market against cars like the Volkswagen Atlas Crossport, which is a shorter version of the Atlas, and the Turbo, which is exactly what this is. Also, the Honda Passport, which is also a Pilot without the third row, although it's shorter, it's a little bit, but in general terms, at least in the previous generation, kind of the same car, but shorter. The Chevrolet Blazer and the Ford Edge. And now that we are talking about that, let's do that clarification. The Mazda CX-70 is based on the same platform and has exactly the same dimensions than the Mazda CX-90. What Mazda have done here is eliminate the third row. So this is a two-row passenger midsize SUV. It seats 5. And because the third row is no longer available, the cargo capacity and the cargo space is huge. It truly beats most of the offerings on this class when you combine everything, like the amount of power, the way that the engine behaves, the transmission, the premium design, fit and finish and materials inside, the size of the car, the cargo capacity. As a whole, I think this car has much more to offer. On the exterior, Mazda has given this car also a more sporty look. So all the chrome has been blacked out. The mirror caps and the front grille and the trims around the car are now black or darker, which makes the car look really sharp and does look more sporty. I do like the look of this a lot. The wheel designs have changed. The front bumper and the rear bumper has also changed some elements to give it this more sporty look. And I think Mazda has truly succeeded with all those changes to at least visually separate the CX-70 from the CX-90. Fuel efficiency for the Mazda CX-70 is 10.3 liters per 100 kilometers on the city and 8.5 liters per 100 kilometers on the highway on this high output engine, and in the US that means 23 mpg city and 28 mpg highway. Price for the CX-70 starts in Canada around $49,000 Canadian, and the top trim goes up to $62,300 Canadian dollars. And in the US, the base trim starts around the $40,000 US dollars, and the top trim goes up to around $55,000 US dollars. The interior of the Mazda CX-70, as you can see, it's not only great, it's beautiful. Fit and finish is excellent. The materials chosen on this car and the combination of the use of those materials is just incredible. This is next level. So for example, have this chrome accent here that is still chrome and is real stuff. It feels solid and it looks beautiful, and it's like not super shiny but not black. It's just really nice, much better in my opinion and visually than just shiny chrome. All the materials on the surfaces are soft and cushy. This one is leather wrapped with a stitching here. I hope you can see that in the video. The seats are Napa leather and are super comfortable, and as you can also see, this interior is in red with red seats and red accents, with red stitching that is in contrast on when used on the black pieces. So it's really nice, and it makes the car feels really sporty, along with the whole engine power handling combination. So this particular model, the GTP, this one is black. You'll see the exterior and have all the black accents with this interior. To me, it looks all the money. Of course, it has leather wrapped steering wheel, which is heated, 4 windows, power windows, 1 touch up and down for the 4 windows. That's really cool. Memory seat for 2 passengers, heated and ventilated seats. The air conditioning controls are all hard buttons, and it's really well laid out and really easy to see and really easy to use and control, so that's easy and safer for driving. It has a 7 or 8 inches display here, which is a combination of analog and digital. I like this, and have some configurations that you can do here. I like the look of this. Some offerings has fully digital gauge cluster. The top trim on the CX-70 has also fully digital gauge cluster. So if that is your thing, check the options and check the trim so you can get the one that you want. In the US, more trims has a full digital display. The infotainment system is at 10.25 inches. It's color and crisp and easy to see. All Mazdas has this rotary knob here, which is used to control the functions on the screen. We have some shortcut buttons and a volume knob and a favorite button as well. So I say this in some of my other Mazda reviews. This is a very particular system. I do like it. I think it's really easy to use. And when we are driving, you have your hand resting here, and you can move the wheel here without even moving your body, which is safer when driving. It is Apple CarPlay and Android Auto available as well. Comes with navigation and 360 backup camera, which is pretty clear as well. The shifter is an electronic shifter, and I also like how it's, I don't know if you can see that in the video, but it's almost, you can rest your hand and you can use it pretty easily. So this layout configuration design in terms of ergonomics is really good. Have this middle console here, which is Okay, obviously you can find deeper consoles in the market, but because of the rear wheel drive platform, all the transmission and everything that goes to the back is here, so there's not a lot of space under, but this is functional. And it have two cup holder here besides the shifter. Also wireless phone charger. This panoramic sunroof that brings a lot of light to the cabin, and this section opens for air if that's your thing. It has rear climate controls that you can turn on and off here, and the passengers have the ability to control that and change their temperature, and it has also heated back seats. I do fit behind myself in this car with plenty of space, and the seats in the back are really comfortable. And of course, the main feature of this car that Mazda is also promoting, because they remove the third row, is a huge amount of cargo space. It's really big. Now, I've seen plenty of reviews and videos and opinions about the CX-70 and the CX-90 and why Mazda did this. Well, they have to, in my opinion, take advantage of this platform and this engine and the whole development. So they are having two nameplates for the same pretty much car, but it is also exploring new market of people that doesn't really need a third row. And I'll give you a perfect example of why I think this is pretty smart. Most three-row SUVs in the market right now, unless you go to the base trim or depending on the brand, but most of them, when you want the nicer or the top trims, comes with captain chairs on the back, which means 4 people can sit in the main cabin. If you need more than 4 people, then you have to use a third row. And let's be honest, third rows are not the most comfortable thing in the world. They're getting better and better. You can sit kids there, you can sit not too big adults back there, but it's typically for smaller trips. And again, it's not the same comfort level that you can have in these seats or the back seats. So I have family coming, and they are 4. I have to pick them all by myself to make sure that we have enough space in the car. So if we were in a CX-90, I have to sit 3 in the main cabin and then have to open the third row. But they are coming from overseas, so they all have luggage and they are not carry-on. So I need a space for 4 luggages. Because they are only 4, yes, I can do the split on the third row, so we'll have one sitting and then the other part of the cargo, but that person that is sitting, or kid that is sitting in the third row, then have to sit with the cargo or the luggage beside them to be able to fit 5 total people plus their luggage. So me, the driver, and my family. Instead here, you have only 2 rows, but you can fit 5 people in the main cabin, perfectly comfortable, and then you can fit all the luggage in the back with no issues. Granted, the middle seat is the place that nobody wants ever to be sitting on, but this is a wide car and it's a tall car, so there is enough space for 3 people to sit there comfortably. Again, depending on the usage, depending who you are or how you're going to use the car or what type of activity or life you have, this could be a very smart way to go. So you get all the benefit of this platform, the engine, the looks, the interior, the finish, the premium feeling and sensation, and you also have a lot of cargo without having to deal with a third row. So it's up to you, but in my opinion, I think this is smart. So how is to drive the CX-70? On this configuration with the higher output engine is very good. This is a very engaging car to drive. This is a driver's car, mid-size SUV in my opinion. All the market has improved a lot, to be honest, and brands are bringing better and better cars. Mazda has the things that makes their cars to separate from the rest, for sure. So this engine is very powerful and very peppy. So I'm gonna stop now. I'm going to accelerate. So I hope you heard that or somehow saw it. I don't know, in videos that is hard to capture, but it goes quickly, has very little turbo lag, and is very confidence inspiring. Then there is a steering, which is not too heavy, not too light, the perfect balance on steering weight, in my opinion, and makes you feel that you are always in control of the cars, and the inputs are pretty easy to give and pretty rewarding on the way that car responds to those inputs. So it's really, really great. The suspension is on the firm side, and that's something that, you know, maybe the major difference between these and other offerings. And it's typical Mazda, that is focused more on driving dynamics and the drive feeling and the driver-car connection type of thing. So it's not uncomfortable by any means. Is in the highway is really, really comfortable. On the city you can see it more, the bumps and the road. It does a good job on separating and isolating the road and the bumps and the changes on the road. Good enough, I think, but for sure you will find some other offerings that are softer and maybe more comfortable overall. I don't think this car is uncomfortable. I just think that you know, it's firmer, and I do like that. That's not something that everybody likes. Good things, there are plenty of offerings and options there for you, so go check it out, but do not pass on test driving a CX-70 if you are in the market for a mid-size two-row SUV. Then there is the handling, which it is crazy. I used to own a Mazda 3, the first generation Mazda 3, and it has been since ever my favorite handling car. I'm a normal guy. I don't own special cars. I never have enough money to buy the most expensive car, so this is what it is, right? And I love that car, and I remember that car, and I miss that car. So this one reminds me of that. The way that this car handles and glue itself to the road, especially in turns and curves. When you turn the wheel here just a little bit, it's like the car hunkers down to the road. You have to drive it to understand this. It is crazy good. It is really good and makes you want to push the car even more. This is maybe not something that a lot of people will be doing in this segment, but especially on the CX-70, I understand why the comparison to BMWs, for example. So this is something that someone that is used to have an older previous generation X5 and gets to drive this, it will feel the similarities and it will feel the sensation and the overall car feeling and way of driving comparable. I won't say the same, but again, you are saving $10, $20, $30,000 there for a car that can be compared and can give the impression and the feeling and the sensation that you are driving something like that. So to me, that's a success. It is also very quiet in here. This cabin has been insulated pretty well. So if you are chilling, it's pretty quiet and premium and silent. But if you want to push it, you can hear the engine. And if you are driving in not such good roads, you can feel the roads. And to me, that's part of the driving experience. So I won't complain about that. I like that. So again, this is a pretty sporty SUV to drive, but at the same time very premium and very comfortable and very nice if you are just, you know, driving like a normal person. So you can have the best of all worlds here. The transmission, as I said, is an 8-speed automatic and it's pretty responsive. It knows where to go with downshift, quick enough. It's not the fastest out there, but comparing in the segment like any other, of course, if you compare to a transmission from BMW, that's a different story. But in the segment that it is and for the price that they are charging, you know, this is a good transmission in my opinion. Something that I not sure if I forgot, this is combined with a 48 volt mild hybrid system, which helps the car to reduce the turbo lag. At least that's what Mazda is claiming. But it does this extra few things. It helps to reduce gas consumption because the battery is helping all the electronics in the car. And it also have this, of course, have a start-stop system, which Mazda called iStop. Mazda went a little bit further with the system, and when you are coasting or cruising, the car shuts off. So you are driving at 60, at 90, at 80, any speed you want, and if you are not putting the gas down, the car shuts off. So for a longer time, like right now, it's off because I'm approaching an intersection and I'm slowing down, so my foot is off the gas pedal, and then the car spend more time without using fuel, and also recharging the battery that comes with a 48 volt mild hybrid system. So Mazda has done a pretty smart thing here, and it all works very well all together. The 2025 Mazda CX-70, even with its similarities to the CX-90, makes an excellent case by its own.